Could you stand a little taller, just a tad?
Like this?
Yes, yes. The chin a tiny bit lower. Gaze a little more to the right. There! Now, hold the pose.
Hello dear friends, followers, others, welcome to a game called Greedfall, my second LP. So this game is made by Spiders. They're a company that is known for interesting but not polished games. So we're going to jump right into it. There are three classes. Warrior, that focus on melee attacks. Technical, that focus on item management. And Magic, that focus on magic attacks. And the attributes is what you can equip in the game. So strength is for your heavy weapons, endurance is for your armor, agility is for your light weapons, so like rapiers and single-handed blades. Accuracy is for your guns, mental power is for magic rings, and willpower is for a necklace that increases your stats. I never get willpower, so I don't really know what it is. And guns are broken in this game. So now it's talents. These are content sensitive things around the world. Charm helps you negotiate or convince people. Science is for crafting items. Lockpicking is for, well, picking locks. Intuition is the weird stat that pretty much does whatever it wants sometimes. Crafting is for crafting modifications for weapons and armor. And Valor is for doing physical activities in the world. And some of them, like,
Just a few more minutes. You have such an incredibly singular face. That's a compliment, my lord, out of my mouth. Your particularity gives you character.
You're still here?
We've nearly finished. Have you any more need of me, Master?
You haven't forgotten that we're setting sail today, have you?
Of course not.
Your cousin is nowhere to be found. I've searched the palace from cellars to attics. Your uncle is beside himself.
He was of a mind to paint the town last night. Don't worry, I shall track him down. Make care to your own preparations without wrinkling another frown. We'll meet you on the boat.
It's about time your cousin took account of the responsibilities awaiting him. He should go and inform the ambassadors of Thélème and the Bridge Alliance of his departure.
Have no fear, Master. I will go and see them in his name. I beg your pardon, but urgent matters call me away. Might we finish all this later?
Impossible, my lord. You are leaving with the tide, if what I've been told is correct.
I am sorry, sir. Truly, I must be going.
My lord, please, I beg you. Her Highness has personally requested I finish this.
Thank you, cousin, for getting me out of that.
I wish you a good day, Your Excellency.
Sire, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make for good company.
Hey! Green blood!
Kurt.
And so the day has finally come. My royal fledglings are leaving the nest.
Accompanied by their most loyal and tenacious master of arms.
As loyal as your goal.
Oh, enough with the cold mercenary. I know you like us. Still hiding your men in the unsuspecting shadows of the greats of this world, I see.
Hey, our blades are the only thing keeping you dainties alive.
Ha! Kurt, I'm not in need of your protection. I'm no longer a child, you know.
Is that so? Well, let's see. Fight with honor!
So let's get into the combat. Square is your primary attack, and triangle is your secondary attack that is mainly a boot to the face. It's meant to get the person on balance. Circle is for parrying. If you parry at the right time, you can counter attack. And X is to dodge. If you beat Kurt, you can skip the tutorial in the next section. If you take damage and want to heal, you can use a healing potion, or later on you can use a healing magic if you have it unlocked. And a tactical pause will pause the action, and you can go through your inventory, use up a potion, or use techniques or spells. For example, I could use a firearm or use a potion to heal myself. You can also bind stuff with the D-pad up, but if you hold down the right trigger or R2, you can have the face buttons and the D-pad again to bind. So you have three sections to bind in. So I think you have to give him at like half. No, you have to be completely. So use a gun. It's the most overpowered thing in the game, and you will drain his health pretty far down.
You defend yourself well, Greenblood. One might think you had a proper master of arms.
The best.
You already training for your new post of legate? Don't tire yourself. Flattery'll get you nowhere. But for the fight, you have remembered your basics. Your performance just got you out of a final lesson. Unless you want to go through the paces again before we depart.
I would be up for that. A little last-minute training couldn't hurt.
In that case, Otto here is going to be your training partner. Go! Fight with honor!
So, as the technical class, firearms is your main kind of go-to abilities, and using traps and bombs. So, firearms do a lot of damage and decrease the armor. We will talk about that in a bit, but it's pretty much the most broken thing in the game. And it can also cause knockdown if I eventually select it, because the person will be knocked down too. Next is armor. Armor is your defenses. It gives you a defense bonus, and it prevents some of the things like being knocked down most of the time. If you have no armor, you take more damage and you can be knocked down easier. To break armor, you either have to keep attacking or use special attacks like setting traps or using a gun, or heavy weapons will just break your armor. Magic can negate armor completely, and you can just shoot magic, but it's low damage. So there's also Fury. Fury. I can't say that right, apparently. It's like your critical attack system, where you do a strong attack that does a lot of damage to the health and armor. But you need to charge it up by doing actions like attacking, healing, or using spells. Well, not really healing with a potion, but using spells and techniques. And to put away your weapon, you hold down the right R1.
It appears we've brushed up on the basics.
It does, and I'd like to be on my way. I've quite the list of things to do before we depart.
Indeed. Remember that you can always train in our barracks on the island if you're feeling rusty.
Are your bags packed for the great departure?
Yes, you know I get by with very little. You're not angry that I'm coming with you, I hope.
On the contrary, I'm thrilled that both you and Sir de Corsilian are joining our party. A few friends at your side in unknown territory is a boon.
Ah, so the old goat is coming too. And there I was thinking I would die of boredom on the trip. By the way, where is our future governor hiding? I was hoping to put his skills to the test as well.
I have no idea. He had plans to celebrate his departure last night, and we haven't seen him since. You know Constantine. I should have gone with him, but my heart wasn't in the mood for celebration. The thought of bidding my mother farewell.
It is never easy to say goodbye. But you should be going to see her now. She must be waiting for you. I'll meet you in front of the palace. Then we'll go and find Constantine together.
Very well. I'll meet you as soon as I've said my goodbyes.
So we are just gonna say goodbye to our mother. And I will talk about what's going on with her as soon as we see her.
What is this? Have you not been taught to knock? I've asked 1,000 times. Oh, it's you, my dear child.
Mother, I'm sorry. I'm having trouble getting used to your condition.
Come now, let's speak of more pleasant things. I'm so very happy to hear your voice. You remind me so much of your father. I do miss him so. Today is the big day, isn't it? Ready to set sail for that island everyone's talking about.
Yes, but the idea of leaving you behind, alone and ill...
Dying, my child. Alas, there is nothing you can do by staying that would ease my suffering. One thing brings me cheer. They say the island is full of miracles, and we might find a cure.
Even if I were to find it, I would never be able to return in time to...
I know. But it brings me comfort to know my son has left on a mission to heal his people. Come now. It is time for you to take leave. Here, take this with you.
What is it?
A family heirloom. Something that... Take it and keep it with you. May it bring you good luck. All my blessings go with you, my child. Now, be off.
Kurt? It's done.
Sorry, Greenblood. Look, we can see the masts of the ship that'll be taking us. This is one sacred adventure we're embarking on.
I hope this island will keep its promises.
In order to know that, we'll need to find Constantine first.
You're right. Maybe he's already at the port. He was so eager to leave.
This will be quite the chore to finish before our departure. The commander wants to recover some merchandise from our supplier, but the transporter doesn't want to deliver. I did all I could to persuade. Nothing came of it. All the parliamenting fatigues me. But this is your domain. I wouldn't say no to a little help.
Of course. Where is the supplier?
In the lower boroughs, near the port.
Right then. We'll put it on our list of visits.
So you can have up to 2 companions with you, and you cannot leave without at least having 2 companions. But since we only have 1, we just pick what we get. Good focusing, you can see the stuff they are good at and what they will focus on as they level up.
Where
So-
would you like to begin?
I've been asked to pay visits to the ambassadors of Thélème and the Bridge Alliance before our departure. Their dwellings are not far from here. We could go there first.
Very well. Do you think Constantine will be waiting for us next to the ship?
I don't know, but it's certainly worthy of inspection.
So this place is inflicted with a disease that is called the Malachor. It's a disease where it affects the blood, turning it black, and eventually make the user blind. You can see the stuff on their face, as you see with the mother. We're going to this island to get a cure, possible cure, so people around on the Continental, that where we are, stop dying. And it's really bad, like Black Plague or 2020 kind of bad.
I've seen so many horrors. I so wish that I could get far away from here.
So the place we are on is Serene. Oh wait, yeah, Serene. Ah, screw it. Anyways, we're on the Continental. There are multiple factions in this game. The faction that we're with is called the Merchant Congregation. The Merchant Congregation. So we're just pretty much merchants.
Merchant is there.
Our friend Kirk is part of the Coin Guard. They're like mercenaries.
Good day, good sir. How might I be of service?
You can start by explaining to me why you refused to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, sir. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your master-at-arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just an agent. And I'm only obeying orders.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain, it's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders. Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You're demanding a second payment but refuse to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
So we can either use charm or intuition, but since we don't have any intuition, we can use charm instead and hope for the best.
I don't think you understand who you're dealing with. Perhaps I failed to present myself properly. Lord de Sardet, nephew of the Prince d'Orsay and legate of the Congregation of Merchants. During our conversation, you explained to me that your master forced you to commit a crime. That's regrettable, especially as you will be considered his accomplice in extortion, theft. You know as well as I that the congregation does not tolerate such illegal activities.
But I'm only obeying orders.
That is a shame. Well,
as orders are the only language you seem to understand, I order you to return the guard the merchandise, without delay. Unless you'd rather your master is hung and that you finish your days in prison.
As you request, my lord. I shall go immediately and ask that these crates be delivered to the attendant.
Now that's a wise decision.
Thank you. I was beginning to think this would never end. You're certainly honoring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us.